Hey everyone, we're going to correct pages 168 and 169. So if you'll get that out, please. First, we're going to talk about what we're supposed to do on this page first. Page 168 is about using correct diction. Specifically, we're talking about slang versus standard English. Slang is a language that consists of coined or made up words and standard words used to mean something other than their standard definitions. Slang may seem to be witty, but there are several reasons why slang should not be used in standard English. Number one, it's often crude. Number two, it usually becomes trite through overuse. We've talked about trite before. That means that it's been used so much that it no longer is as clever as it once was. Its meaning is not always understood by all readers. And number four, most slang expressions quickly disappear from the language. Occasionally, a particularly useful slang term will become permanent in standard English. For example, mob started off as slang, but is now standard. But until the slang word becomes standard, it should be omitted from your writing. The following are some examples of slang. Kick the bucket means to die. Goof off, to waste time or shirk one's duties. Shirk means to not do one's duty. Bummer, an unpleasant experience. Beat it means to leave. Went ballistic, became angry. Dumbbell, a stupid person. Cool it, meaning calm down. Grub, meaning food, and cop out, a failure to commit oneself. That's kind of a cryptic way of saying it, but cop out means you're providing an excuse not to do something or not to take responsibility for something. Okay, let's look at number two. We're going to talk about two different forms of incorrect usage or non-standard English. One is called illiteracies. The other is called improprieties. Okay, when you hear illiteracy, you think of not being able to read. Okay, and improprieties means you're doing something that is wrong. Okay, so an impropriety might be a crime, or if you're stealing money from your employer secretly, that's an impropriety. So avoid illiteracies or improprieties in writing or speaking. Illiteracies include grammatical errors, misspellings, and mispronunciations, and other substandard usages. So essentially, it means acting as if you're illiterate. You're just using bad grammar, or you're misspelling something, or you're saying something wrong, or any other use of language of substandard language, substandard English. Okay. Improprieties are standard words that are used incorrectly. So you're using a real word in the wrong way. Okay. Here's some examples of illiteracies. I don't want no candy means I do not want any candy. But I don't want no is just bad grammar. Okay. I ain't going nowhere tonight. Ain't is not an appropriate word in formal language, and nowhere is not a substitute for anywhere. I am not going anywhere tonight. Irregardless, please take note. Stop using it if you use it. If you hear someone use it and you have influence over them, don't be rude, but tell them, irregardless is not a word. Regardless of what he said, now that's correct. The law has been repealed. It sounds like people I have had conversations with before. The correct way of saying that is, regardless of what he said, the law has already been repealed. Now, improprieties are correct words used incorrectly. They were mighty proud of their trophy. Now, mighty is an adjective. He was a mighty soldier. It's a word that describes a soldier as strength, right? But in this case, how proud were they? Mighty proud. That is a word that's describing another adjective, that has to be an adverb in this case. And mighty can't be an adverb. Just because it ends with Y, people have decided to use it as an adverb, but it is not correct. It should be especially proud. The blockers defensed well on that last play. That should be defended well, not defensed well. The mayor met with some members of the city council. That's the wrong word. If we were correcting it, we would say WW for wrong word. It should be council, CIL, not SEL. Okay. Council is the leadership body. Counsel is what you do if you are a counselor. You counsel someone. Okay. Now, here are some examples of improprieties. They often occur when a word is confused with another word similar to it. Here's a list of often confused words. Advice and advise, alter and alter. You pray it, that means change. Alumnus, alumna, alumni, alumnae. Those are all difficult. They're very similar in meaning, but we've got plural, singular, male and female. Okay. Capital, capital. Okay. Capital letter. Capital is where the building is that we go and sing if you're in the choir. Cite and cite. CITE is to talk about something or to draw a reference to something, like when we cite a quotation. And SITE is a place, like the site where they built the building. Compliment and compliment. Compliment it's when you say something kind about someone else. Compliment is when you help, like if you're a compliment to that other person, that means that you make what they do better. Or maybe a food, let's say mashed potatoes is a wonderful compliment to steak. It makes the whole meal better. Dying and dying, so this makes color, and this is going to sleep, the dirt nap. This is heading off to heaven, right? That's what that is. Okay. Immigrate and immigrate. One's to, one's from, but I can't remember which. I'll come back to that. Hoard and hoard. That means to keep things, like hoarders, they collect, they just don't want to throw anything away. Hoard means keep all of it. Some of you have hoarded the toilet paper this last couple of months. Go to the store and buy all of it so no one else can have any. But this hoard is a big old group of people, an angry horde. That would be a big mob. Illusion and allusion. Illusion is a magic trick. Allusion is when we're referring to something without actually referring to it. If you're alluding to something else, you know, like he didn't exactly say that I'm a lazy person, but all of the things he said alluded to him believing that I'm lazy. Imminent and imminent. I forget which is which. Loose and lose. Principle, Miss Sharon is a principal. Principle is don't steal. Be kind to others. Role is, I got the role of Hamlet in the show, in the play Hamlet. And this role would be to push something along. All right. Let's look up imminent for a second. I can't remember, so I'm going to go. All right. Let's see here. All right, let's look at this. Definition of imminent with an E-M-I-N-E-N-T. Anyone highly regarded or prominent is imminent. So the The eminent professor. Eminent people are very successful at their jobs. And then eminent with an I, something eminent is inherited in and spread throughout something else. It's innate, intrinsic, and inborn. It existed from the very beginning, is what that meant. So philosophers might debate about whether generosity is an eminent trait or something that people are taught. So were you born with it or not? And then imminent, I-M-M-I-N-E-N-T, it's about to happen. It's on its way. So there's three imminents there. Eminent is the best in their field, someone who's very prominent. Imminent is something that's inborn or started off this way, and then imminent means something that's about to happen. Okay. We also wanted to look at immigrate and immigrate. Okay, so EM, immigrate, means to leave one's country. So we're going to do that. Immigrate is to come into another country with an I. So E leaves, I enters. Now I'm going to show you what I drew because I did this thinking that you could see it. Immigrate with an E, you leave the country, go somewhere else. Immigrate is you come to a country. So you immigrate from America, you immigrate into Canada. Okay. Is that all the ones that are these? Are those the only two that I had issues with? I think so. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to do our exercises. On 168, we have exercise A, we have B, C, and D to do. So let's start with A. Restate these slang expressions. I guess we should show it to you. Restate these slang expressions in standard English. All right, well, if I say, let's hightail it out of here, we don't hightail it out of here. It means leave quickly, doesn't it? So let's leave at once. That's very proper, formal English. Okay, let's leave at once. Okay, the next one. The gangsters stole 10 grand. The gangsters stole $10,000. A nifty car. Lots of positives, right? Anything that's positive. Let's do, let's see, look in the book, a stylish, desirable. Oh, no E. A-B-L-E. A stylish, desirable car. Throw one's weight around. That, when you throw your weight around, that means you have authority and you're using it. You know, you're tough on someone because you're the captain. So to use one's power and influence. Okay, there we go. Let's look at the next one. He has cold feet. That means he is afraid. Or if you maybe use nervous or scared. All of those are they're standard English. Off one's rocker. Off one's rocker, it means someone's crazy or out of their mind. So how about out of one's mind? Blow one's top, that's to get angry, to lose your cool. So lose one's temper. He is chicken. He is cowardly. Or he is a coward. Okay. Exercise B. The game will be played irregardless of weather conditions. Well, we know that these are improprieties. Each of these sentences contain either illiteracies or improprieties. Cross the incorrect form of the italics and write the corrections where necessary. Well, irregardless, that's not even a word, right? So that is actually, since it's not a word, I think I classified that as an illiteracy. Did we not? Yes. Irregardless is an illiteracy. So we're going to write regardless. He gifted her with a diamond ring. Okay, gifted with. Why don't we just say he gave her a diamond ring? You must learn the basic principles real good. How about we change that? That's the wrong principle because that's like Miss Sharon's job. So let's do Principle. The basic principles well. You must learn the basic principles well. Oh, I guess they want us to say really here because of the word real. Principles really well. Principles really well. Okay. Aunt Martha has gave many compliments about them beautiful Persian rugs. Aunt Martha gave, not, oh, has been gave. That would be has been given. Many compliments misspelled about those beautiful Persian rugs. Okay? And then that quote that you gave me is from the eminent Bible scholar R.A. Torrey. All right. Well, it says this one's wrong. That quote is abbreviation. And so we want to say quotation. All right. That would be an impropriety. It's not that it's not a correct word. It's improper use. You shouldn't abbreviate in formal English. That quotation that you gave me is from the eminent, and if you recall, the one that means the scholar is the one with an E. E-M-I-N-E-N-T. The eminent, the best in his class. Okay. Now, I am real happy. Rewrite these sentences, correcting them. I am really happy. And there are other things you could have written if you were in complete control. You could have said, I am very happy, although very is a horrible word to use. Use it sparingly, okay? But because the word is real, we just needed to do the smallest possible adjustment to make it right. So I am really happy. He was seriously injured by the fall, but he was still conscious. That's Jiminy Cricket in Pinocchio. That's that conscience means that's the person that's sitting on your shoulder that says, hey, you're doing something wrong. That's the Holy Spirit, right? So he was seriously injured by the fall, comma, but he was still conscious. It don't matter that you won. Yeah. It don't matter that you won. The principal said you would be unqualified. All right, well, it doesn't matter that you won. The principal, because principals are your pal. Principal, P-A-L. P-R-I-N-C-I-P-A-L, said you would be disqualified. It don't matter. That would be an impropriety because don't has its use in the English language, even in formal English, but this is the incorrect place to use it. It don't matter that you won. The principal, this is an impropriety as well, said you would be unqualified. That is an illiteracy because disqualified is the appropriate word. Unqualified is not a word. They toured the halls of the Capitol by themselves. Okay, by their selves. So we need to change that to C-A-P-I-T-O-L and their selves to themselves. They toured the halls of the C-A-P-I-T-O-L by themselves. Okay. The wealthy immigrant brought an incredulous amount of luggage with him into the country. That should be immigrant with an I, I-M-M. So the wealthy, I-M-M-I-G-R-A-N-T dot, brought an incredible, not incredulous, amount of luggage with him into the country. Okay? All right. I'm going to stop here. I'm not going to stop, but I'm going to pause here. I'm going to say, those of you who are still with me, we're going to write a keyword on this line, and that's going to tell me that you watched the video all the way through and that you did it. So let's do, let's actually not do one word. Let's do two. Let's write this year. Okay. The words this year on that line. That will help me know that, or somewhere close to there, that you actually watched the video and you didn't just copy from someone else, okay? So this gives me the okay to give you credit for having done this work. Okay. Next, write 10 sentences. Use one of the following words in each sentence. Advise, illusion, alter, alumnus, cite, dying, imminent, hoard, loose, roll. Look up the words in a dictionary to make sure that you are using them correctly. Okay, well, we know we talked about all of these except, well, alumnus, that should be singular. Let's look this up just to make sure. I'm going to stop sharing that and start sharing this. All right. Alumnus is used to refer to a male graduate or former student. Alumni is the plural form of alumnus, but can also be used to refer to a group of men and women graduates or former students. Alumna is used to refer to a woman graduate or a former student, and alumni is the plural of alumna. So all women, multiples and all women, a single woman, all men, or a group of men. I'm sorry, that is alumni is a group of men and women graduates, or all men graduates. An alumnus, that is a male, single male graduate. Okay, so that's the difference. So we have, in this case, alumnus is a single male. We'll put SM there for single male. Okay, back to, okay. So I wrote single male above alumnus, so we know which one it is. All right. Eminent means the best in his class. Good. All right, well, let's do them in order then. We've got 10 to write. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got to do one for each one. All right, so advise. That is not advice, that's advise. So I always let my father advise me. Means give me advice. Okay? Illusion. While he didn't express his disdain, which means extreme dislike for, overtly, meaning outright. While he didn't express his disdain overtly, the illusion was received. Meaning, he didn't specifically say that he extremely disliked me or it or whatever it is we're talking about, but I still received or understood what he was alluding to, that he disliked severely. Okay. Altar. Moses sacrificed the lamb on the altar. Alumnus, remember that's a single male. My brother is a proud SCA alumnus. Cite. I've said this many times. Don't forget to cite your 3 required quotations. Okay. Number 6, dying. You caught me while I was dying my, what do you dye? Your hair? There you go. Imminent. Josiah was the imminent chef, CHEF, in our town. Means he was the greatest, he was the best, known to be the best chef in our town. Hoard. A horde of soldiers overtook our forces. It's a whole lot of them. Loose, loose. Okay. The steering became dangerously loose. And then roll. I am auditioning for the lead role in the play. Okay, there we are. All right, well, thank you, everyone. I appreciated your attention. Get those corrections in your book and take new pictures and post those on the assignment, and I'll give you credit for having corrected them. Thank you very much. Have a great day. I miss you guys.